to his own bench. And that's one reason why he's number one in the class.
In a small town in Maine, where sports are often overshadowed by the quiet of nature, a young basketball player has emerged, set to take the world by storm. His name is Cooper Flagg, and many believe he is destined to be one of the new faces of basketball. Born in Newport, Maine, Cooper's journey began far away from the bright lights of the big cities that have produced so many NBA stars. Growing up in a sports-loving family, any kid, he tried it all: soccer, baseball. But there was always one sport that called to him: basketball.
That he was going to be special if he worked and, wanted it. He was always competitive and always wanted to win at everything he did, whether it was races in the yard or,
Cooper's first taste of competition came at Nokomis Regional High School, where he quickly established himself as one of the top players in the state.
Now, the 6'8 freshman is in his first official high school game later next week, and he's going into it as the most heralded freshman basketball player the state has seen.
By the time he was a freshman, it was clear Cooper Flagg wasn't just one of the best players in Maine. He was one of the best players in the country.
He is truly a special prospect, but I feel like people aren't kind of comprehending how good he is, and this is going to be a long one, but I'm hoping to make the case for Cooper Flagg as a true generational type prospect.
His dominance on both ends of the floor, whether it was a chase down block or a deep three, made him a viral sensation.
He's nasty and incredibly comfortable with the ball, comfortable with his body in a way that kids normally aren't comfortable. But it was against other people, and it was like, yes, this is obviously a future NBA player.
By his sophomore year, the whole country had started paying attention to the now 6'10" wing from the middle of nowhere. To take his game to the next level, Cooper made a pivotal decision, leaving home and transferring to Montverde Academy in Florida.
When did you realize that maybe it was time to leave Maine and go to play better competition?
It was around freshman year, just throughout the year. We had, some schools that were asking us and reaching out that we were looking at, and Montverde, we had a friend that had already come here, so they were kind of already in our view, and had been watching them. And I don't know, I can't remember when we decided we wanted to, but it was always just a thought and an option.
A powerhouse that has produced some of the NBA's biggest stars. At Montverde, Cooper thrived. Playing alongside and against future NBA talent, he elevated his game, proving just why his name had shot up to the #1 player in his class. This past summer, Cooper's skills were put to the test on the international stage when he joined Team USA for training camp prior to the 2024 Olympic Games. Playing against the top players in the world, many wondered how Flagg would look alongside the competition.
Cooper Flagg, when he's out there, he's one that shows just a know-how and a confidence and a basketball IQ on just trying to make the right play at all time. He obviously can show his athleticism and his overall skill set, but he's one that I've seen that's never really in a hurry out there. And for the high school level, that's hard to find because they're so athletic, so fast.
But from the first scrimmage, it was obvious that Cooper didn't just hold his own, he stood out. Now as he enters his freshman season at Duke, Cooper Flagg is on the brink of the next chapter in his journey.
How did you decide on Duke? Was there a determining factor there, Cooper?
I wouldn't really say that there was one determining factor. It was just a long process of getting to know the coaches and then visiting the campus a couple of times watching practice, and it was kind of just a bunch of things that added up and just seemed right.
Under the bright lights of one of college basketball's most storied programs, he's ready to make his mark.
He prides himself on knowing the game. He prides himself on picking things up right away. Cooper's a guy you just have to tell him once, and then he's got it. And he's been open to learn on a daily basis. I think the area that's further ahead than I maybe thought is his shooting. You know, he's a good shooter.
Whatever the read is, however the defense is playing, whatever coach needs me to do, that's the type of player that I want to be. Just try and do whatever I can to help my team win.
As Cooper Flagg takes his first steps into college basketball, one question remains. Can he live up to the immense expectations that so many have put on him?
We haven't seen a lot of 17-year-olds who have been able to come in from day one and really dominate. What are your thoughts on how do we manage expectations?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think it just goes back to wanting to win. Expectations and all that is great. Outside this team, like, they can say whatever. I don't really care. It's gonna come down to like what I need to do, what my role shapes into, of just doing whatever I can to help my team win and whatever coach needs me to do.
Many believe he's not just the best player in the country. He could be the future of basketball itself. Big expectations for the kid from Maine.
Cooper Flagg is consensus #1 overall pick.
I mean, that is a bad dude. He's a generational talent. 6'9", 7-foot wingspan.
With his unique blend of size, skill, and tenacity, Cooper Flagg is more than just the next top prospect.
Cooper, I ain't really heard him speak a lot, but when I watch him play, yeah, he got superstar around him. I can see kids wanting to be like that and play like that. You know what I'm saying? We ain't had no bad cold-ass white boy like this in a long time. I'm just saying, that's on some real.
He could be on the path to becoming basketball's next generational talent. This coming season, all eyes will be on Flagg as he takes the floor at Cameron Indoor Stadium. The question will be, can Cooper rise above the expectations and do something that so many before him have done coming from the Duke Blue Devils? Elevate his game and prove that he is one of the future stars of the game.